On paper, Beat the Champions sounds like exactly the kind of game this genre needs. Arcade football with anime superpowers and 90s energy, no realism, no simulation, just pure fun. And you know what? For the first few minutes, I was quite into it. But then the more I played the game, the more the laziness of developers and the issues with the game started to surface. And at some point, I had to ask myself, did anyone actually finish making this game, or did they just ship it quickly in time for the World Cup? Because honestly, this feels like a mix of unfinished game and AI slope. And yeah, I know, that sounds harsh, so let me show you why I think this way about the game. But first things first, let's start with what is Beat the Champions actually about. So, it's an arcade football game. 90s video game energy. Anime cutscenes like we are playing Captain Tsubasa. Over-the-top special moves. Roberto Carlos launching shots from his own half while dragging the defender with the ball. Dribblers teleporting past defenders. No realism, just bonkers action non-stop. The game offers modes such as World Cup, tournaments and leagues. But there are no club teams here, national teams only. And how about licensing? Well, it's super thin as well. Only Argentinian players have real names. Everyone else gets twisted knockoffs. And what's odd here is that the rosters are a weird mix of current stars and legends. Let's take Brazilian team for example, which has Neymar and Ronaldinho alongside Roberto Carlos and Ronaldo Nazario on the same squad. Which could actually be cool, except there's no edit mode to fix anything, and we will get to why that's a big problem in a moment. There's also no online multiplayer in this game, so if you want to play with others, you can only do so in couch co-op. And that's pretty much the game. Now look, I'm not here to just bury this game, I wanted to really like it, and there are things that Beat the Champions gets right. The concept is quite solid and sounds really fun. Arcade anime football is an underserved niche. Captain Tsubasa proved that there is an audience for it. And FIFA Street showed us years ago that all of these concepts with street football kinda and, over the top moves can be brilliant in execution. And Beat the Champions is swinging for that type of space, and I think that's really cool and I wanna see more developers creating games like that. Also, the core feel of the game isn't bad either. Passing and shooting is quite responsive. Movement is snappy and has good tempo to it. For that first match, it's honestly a fun football game. The art style has personality too, but unfortunately it's rough graphically with low polygon counts, weak textures and ugly player models. But you can see what they were going for. It's trying to look like a 90s anime game, and that intention is clear and appreciated. So the balls of the game are okay in my view, the vision is there. The problem is everything built on top of them. So now let's talk about what is not working good in this game. See, arcade sports games live or die on variety, on the feeling that something new can happen in every match. They live on that excitement you get from scoring a goal. That's what keeps you coming back for more and more. And the problem with Beat the Champions is that it runs out of new things to show you by the end of first half of your first match. And I'm not exaggerating here. Every super shot looks identical. Every super dribble looks absolutely the same. There's one animation per special move type. Literally one. In a game where special moves are supposed to be the whole spectacle. I really don't know what is it with recent street, arcade types of sports games. We recently took a look at NBA Run, which focuses on basketball streetball. And it also had like 2 free dribble moves. It's a really weird trend that I don't know where it's coming from, cause games from like more than 10 and 12 years ago had way more moves like FIFA Street or NBA Street. Also, when it comes to Beat the Champions, the super shots are completely broken on top of that. You can score from your own half on the hardest difficulty with just an okay timing. There is just no tension to win, no threat of failure. It's just a cooldown management. And yeah, sure, there are more plays that you can make, but they are either inefficient or kinda pointless to make because this is all you need. For instance, crosses are flat out useless in this game. I didn't manage to score a single goal from them. Given goal plays are here, but they create no advantage and result in losing possession most of the time. So seriously, half of the moves and tactics either don't work very well or are not even needed to win. And so once you figure out the winning pattern, which takes maybe like 5 minutes, the AI offers zero resistance, which would not be maybe a huge deal breaker if there was an online multiplayer to fall back on. But there isn't. This game has no online multiplayer in 2026. And that's just crazy for a sports game like that. That's the entire replayability of the game just simply gone. And man, then there's the roster situation. Fake names, players that look nothing like themselves, and no edit mode to fix any of it. You can't even view player attributes in this game for some reason. There is a team rating in the corner, but it doesn't change when you swap players or their positions, so I honestly don't know if it's even doing anything. Then we have presentation, and it's completely lacking as well. Pre-match is just a lineup scroll, and commentary? Man, it's terrible and it's 100% AI generated with some bad model actually. It's emotionless and repeats itself constantly even in the first match. I mean, just listen to this.
My name is Alex, and I'll be guiding you through all the action today.
Great to be here, Alex. And what a day we've got for football.
Absolutely, Mark. They make...
So, yeah, every layer of this game that should add depth to it just doesn't. It's just such an empty game all the way down to a point that it feels like the game was just released to early access with half of stuff missing. But it's not early access, it's full release. So, Beat the Champions had a cool idea, but what's shipped is a skeleton of a sports game. No online, no edit mode, lack of difficulty, one animation per move, and a game loop that gets boring before the final whistle of your first match. The only real saving grace is that the game does not cost much. It's around $18 on Steam. So if you've got a friend on the couch and want something different for, I don't know, a half an hour or 1 hour, then maybe, but solo, you'll be disappointed real damn quick. If, and that's a big fucking if, developers add online, build out the animation variety, and give us an edit mode that we can basically create our own mods, then we will have a different conversation. But right now, Beat the Champions feels like an alpha of a game released just to grab cash before World Cup hype dies. Right now you can see the list of Hall of Famers on my channel, the most dedicated supporters of my work. Thank you guys. Anyway, that's all from me in this video. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.